Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is something truly special for every coin lover and collector out there. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of ultra-rare United States coins, where history, artistry, and incredible value all come together in the most unexpected ways. The 1984 D Washington quarter stands as a compelling example of modern American coinage that, under the right circumstances, can achieve remarkable value far beyond its face denomination. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series that began in 1932 to honor George Washington. While most 1984 D quarters are common in circulated grades, the highest quality uncirculated examples, particularly those with exceptional luster and strike, have become highly sought after in numismatic circles. Their appeal lies not only in their relative scarcity at the top end of the grading scale, but also in the growing interest among collectors in modern coins that are difficult to find in pristine condition. The historical context of the 1984 D quarter reflects a period when U.S. coinage had firmly transitioned into the clad era, having abandoned silver compositions in 1965 due to rising metal costs. Minted during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, the coin was produced in large quantities to meet the needs of a growing economy reliant on coinage for everyday transactions. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark, was one of the primary facilities responsible for circulating coin production at the time. Although the coin itself does not commemorate a specific event beyond the enduring legacy of Washington, it represents an era of stability and continuity in U.S. currency design and production. In terms of design, the 1984 D Washington quarter retains the classic imagery created by sculptor John Flanagan. The obverse features a left-facing profile of George Washington, accompanied by the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1984. The reverse displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and preparedness, with olive branches beneath to represent peace. The coin is composed of a copper core clad in a mixture of nickel and copper, giving it a silvery appearance. It measures 24.3 in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. While these specifications are standard for the series, what sets certain examples apart is the sharpness of the strike, the brilliance of the luster, and the absence of surface imperfections. Rarity for the 1984 D quarter is not rooted in low mintage, as over 676 million pieces were struck, but rather in the scarcity of coins that have survived in superb gem condition. Coins graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services are extremely rare, as many examples from this era suffer from weak strikes, contact marks, or dull surfaces due to mass production methods. Additionally, collectors pay close attention to potential mint errors or varieties, such as double dies or off-center strikes, which can significantly increase a coin desirability. The combination of high-grade scarcity and the challenge of finding flawless examples has elevated the status of this otherwise common coin. The market value of the 1984 D Washington quarter varies dramatically depending on condition. Circulated examples typically hold only face value, while standard uncirculated coins might sell for a modest premium of a few dollars. However, in the realm of high-grade specimens, prices rise sharply. Coins graded MS-66 can command between $10 and $25, while MS-67 examples often reach $100 to $300 depending on eye appeal. The rare MS-68 grade is where the coin becomes truly valuable, with auction records showing prices exceeding $1,000 in some cases. These valuations are driven by registry set competition, where collectors strive to assemble the finest possible sets, pushing demand for top population coins. For collectors interested in acquiring a valuable 1984 D quarter, attention to detail is essential. Examining the coin under proper lighting to assess luster, strike quality, and surface preservation is crucial. Certification by reputable grading services, such as Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company, provides assurance of authenticity and grade, which is especially important for high-value examples. Proper storage in climate-controlled environments using archival quality holders can help preserve the coin's condition over time. Collectors are advised to purchase from trusted dealers, auctions, or established numismatic platforms to avoid counterfeit or overgraded coins. In conclusion, the 1984 D Washington Quarter exemplifies how even modern, high-mintage coins can achieve significant value when found in exceptional condition. Its historical connection to the enduring Washington Quarter series, combined with the technical challenges of locating pristine examples, makes it a fascinating pursuit for collectors. While it may not possess the intrinsic rarity of older silver issues, its appeal lies in the intersection of condition rarity, aesthetic quality, and competitive collecting. For both novice and seasoned numismatists, the 1984 D Quarter offers an accessible yet rewarding opportunity, with the potential for continued appreciation as demand for top-grade modern coins grows. Next up to in the 1989 P. Kennedy half dollar, occupies an interesting and increasingly respected place in modern United States numismatics, because it demonstrates how a seemingly common circulation coin can become highly desirable when exceptional preservation and conditional rarity enter the equation. Although millions of these half dollars were produced, the most expensive and valuable examples are not ordinary circulation pieces, but elite, top population specimens exhibiting near-perfect surfaces and exceptional eye appeal. Among modern collectors of Kennedy half dollars, the 1989 P has earned recognition as a condition-sensitive issue that becomes dramatically more valuable in the highest certified grades. Unlike classic key dates whose values are driven by low production figures, this coin illustrates the modern collecting principle that rarity often emerges from survival quality rather than mintage alone. Collectors today actively pursue outstanding examples because registry set competition, grading populations, and the broader popularity of Kennedy series collecting continue to elevate demand for the finest known pieces. The coin therefore serves as an important reminder that modern United States coinage can possess remarkable numismatic significance despite originating from a relatively recent era. Current collector interest remains steady because the finest examples combine affordability at lower levels with remarkable upside at elite grading levels. Historically, the 1989 P. Kennedy half dollar belongs to the long-running Kennedy half dollar series, first introduced in 1964 following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Designed as a memorial coin and national tribute, the series quickly became one of the most emotionally resonant coin programs in American history. The 1989 P issue was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during a period when half dollars had largely disappeared from everyday commerce and were instead increasingly produced for collectors, banks, and Federal Reserve distribution systems. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 24.5 million examples in 1989, placing the coin within a transitional period in which circulating half dollars remained officially minted, but saw limited practical use in daily transactions. During the late 1980s, the United States was experiencing significant political and economic changes as the Cold War approached its final stages, giving the coin historical context as a product of a changing America. While the coin does not commemorate a specific event beyond the continued memorialization of Kennedy himself, its placement within the broader Kennedy series connects it to one of the most recognized presidential tributes ever struck by the United States Mint. The design characteristics of the 1989 P. Kennedy half dollar remain among its most attractive and recognizable qualities. The obverse features the left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy created by sculptor and engraver Gilroy Roberts, presenting strong facial detail, presidential dignity, and the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date below. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, displays the presidential seal with a heraldic eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both military readiness and peace. The coin consists of an outer copper-nickel-clad composition surrounding a pure copper core, with a total weight of approximately 11.34 grams and a diameter of 30.6 millimeters. Its reeded edge and balanced proportions provide a substantial feel compared with smaller circulating denominations. High-grade examples reveal exceptionally sharp details in Kennedy's hair, strong luster flowing across the fields, and minimal abrasions on the president's cheek and jawline, which are areas particularly vulnerable to contact marks. In pristine condition, the coin can possess brilliant cartwheel luster and visual appeal that transform a seemingly ordinary modern issue into an impressive collectible specimen. The rarity profile of the 1989 P. Kennedy half-dollar presents an intriguing contradiction because the coin itself is not rare in absolute numbers, yet becomes remarkably scarce in elite grades. More than 24 million examples were struck, making basic circulated pieces abundant and generally obtainable at little premium over face value. However, modern collectors discovered that locating examples virtually free from bag marks, abrasions, and surface imperfections is considerably more difficult than raw mintage figures suggest. Kennedy half-dollars were commonly stored and transported in large quantities, allowing contact marks to accumulate easily, particularly on Kennedy's portrait. As a result, grades such as MS-67 and above become significantly scarcer. Certain collectors also search for unusual die varieties, strike anomalies, off-center strikes, double die effects, or dramatic mint errors that can command premiums beyond normal values. Condition becomes absolutely critical because the difference between an MS-65 and an MS-68 example can represent a difference of hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Consequently, scarcity in this issue stems primarily from survival in exceptional condition rather than simple production limitations. The market value of the 1989 P. Kennedy half-dollar demonstrates the dramatic effect grading can have on modern coin prices. Ordinary circulated examples frequently trade near face value or modest collector premiums, while attractive uncirculated specimens often sell in the approximate range of $5 to $30 depending upon eye appeal and certification. Certified MS-66 examples may reach several tens of dollars, but once the grade moves into MS-67, territory prices can increase substantially, commonly reaching around $100 to several $100s depending on market activity and certification populations. Exceptional MS-68 examples have historically achieved prices measured in the thousands, with top certified specimens reaching approximately $3,000 or more at auction due to their registry status and scarcity. Such price growth illustrates how registry-set competition influences modern numismatics, because collectors seeking the finest possible examples are willing to pay major premiums for population leaders. Market appreciation for superior examples has generally reflected ongoing interest in condition rarity rather than speculation, making these values more closely tied to collector demand and certified scarcity. Collectors interested in obtaining a superior 1989 P. Kennedy half-dollar should approach the market with patience and attention to detail, because quality differences often appear subtle to inexperienced eyes. Strong luster, minimal marks on Kennedy's cheek and neck area, clean fields, and sharp strike details should be primary considerations during examination. Professional certification through major grading organizations substantially reduces uncertainty because authentication and grading help establish value and market confidence. Coins believed to approach MS-67 or better are especially worthy of professional evaluation because small differences in quality can produce major price differences. Proper storage is equally important, and collectors should avoid direct handling, fingerprints, humidity exposure, and chemically reactive holders. Archival quality capsules, inert flips, and controlled environments preserve both visual quality and long-term value. Acquisition strategies should focus on reputable coin dealers, major auctions, established numismatic organizations, and respected collector communities where authenticity and accurate descriptions are more dependable. The 1989 P. Kennedy $50 ultimately represents an excellent example of how modern American coinage can develop substantial numismatic importance despite appearing commonplace at first glance. Its historical connection to the Kennedy Memorial Series, its recognizable artistic design, and its unusual status as a condition-sensitive issue combine to create a compelling story for collectors. While the majority of surviving pieces remain inexpensive and accessible, the finest examples occupy a much different category where rarity, beauty, and competition intersect. The coin appeals simultaneously to beginning collectors seeking an affordable entry into the Kennedy series and experienced numismatists pursuing elite registry specimens. Its significance extends beyond its 50-cent denomination, because it reflects changing collecting trends in which preservation quality increasingly defines rarity. For enthusiasts of modern United States coinage, the 1989 P. Kennedy $50 remains a fascinating reminder that hidden value often lies not in age alone, but in exceptional quality and enduring collector demand. Next up to in the 1996 P. United States quarter dollar occupies an interesting and often underestimated position in modern American numismatics. Although it is not generally considered one of the rarest Washington quarters ever produced, interest in this issue has steadily increased among collectors because of its connection to the long-running Washington Quarter series and the challenges involved in locating exceptional examples in superior preservation states. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint carrying the P mint mark represent an important era in modern coin production, and the 1996 P quarter attracts attention particularly from collectors assembling complete date and mint collections. While ordinary circulated examples remain common and inexpensive premium quality specimens, especially those with exceptional strike quality, strong luster, and high certified grades, can command significant premiums in the collector market. The increasing popularity of registry set competition, where collectors compete to build the highest graded collections, has further elevated demand for outstanding examples. This combination of accessibility for beginners and competitiveness for advanced numismatists has given the 1996 P quarter a notable place in modern collecting circles. Historically, the 1996 P quarter belongs to the Washington Quarter series that began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. Originally intended as a temporary commemorative issue, the design became so popular that it evolved into a permanent circulating coin series. The 1996 issue was struck during a period before the introduction of the highly popular state quarters program, which would begin in 1999 and transform public interest in coin collecting across the United States. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1996 P quarter emerged during a time when modern circulation coinage emphasized mass production and efficiency. The mid-1990s represented a transitional period in American coinage, occurring shortly before a major renaissance in circulating commemorative designs. Consequently, the 1996 P issue is viewed by many collectors as part of the final years of the classic Washington Quarter design era, before substantial changes reshaped the series and expanded public participation in numismatics. The physical and artistic characteristics of the 1996 P quarter remain faithful to the traditional Washington Quarter design that collectors recognize instantly. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, originally based on the work of sculptor John Flanagan. Surrounding the portrait are inscriptions including Liberty, In God W.E. Trust, and the date 1996, with the P mint mark positioned to identify Philadelphia production. The reverse depicts an eagle with outstretched wings perched above a bundle of arrows and framed by olive branches, symbolizing both military strength and peace. The coin is composed of a copper core clad with outer layers of copper nickel, giving it a silvery appearance. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams and measures about 24.3 millimeters in diameter. In particularly well-preserved examples, collectors often focus on brilliant mint luster, sharply defined hair details on Washington's portrait, and crisp feather detail on the eagle. These subtle characteristics become especially important when evaluating high-grade specimens, because minute differences can substantially influence desirability and market price. Rarity within the 1996 P quarter market is not driven primarily by low production numbers, because the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 600 million examples. Instead, rarity develops at the highest levels of preservation and through unusual varieties or striking errors. Examples displaying strong strikes, exceptional surface preservation, and minimal contact marks become increasingly scarce as grades rise into mint state levels such as MS67 or MS68. Coins intended for circulation frequently experienced heavy handling immediately after production, resulting in marks, abrasions, and diminished luster. Consequently, locating examples with nearly flawless surfaces can become surprisingly difficult. Certain collectible errors, including off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, or dramatic die cracks, can also elevate collector interest and create distinctive subcategories of rarity. Such varieties attract specialized collectors who seek unusual production anomalies that separate individual coins from the massive standard population. Market values for the 1996 P quarter vary considerably according to condition and rarity characteristics. Circulated examples generally possess only face value, or perhaps a modest premium of $1 to $2 if maintained in attractive condition. Uncirculated examples with original mint brilliance commonly trade in the range of approximately $5 to $20, depending upon eye appeal and quality. Certified mint state examples graded MS65 through MS66 frequently sell between $20 and $60, while stronger examples at MS67 may bring several $100s due to collector competition. At the highest certified levels, especially for exceptionally preserved coins approaching MS68 condition, values can rise dramatically and potentially reach into the high hundreds, or occasionally exceed $1,000 if registry competition intensifies. Error varieties can also generate substantial premiums depending upon visibility and rarity. The major forces influencing value include population reports, grading scarcity, collector demand, and ongoing interest in completing high-ranking Washington quarter collections. Collectors seeking a 1996 P quarter should pay close attention to quality indicators rather than assuming all uncirculated examples are equivalent. Surface preservation, strike sharpness, and original mint luster remain among the most important considerations when evaluating a candidate for purchase. Certification through respected grading organizations provides additional confidence regarding authenticity and condition assessment. Professional grading can be especially useful for higher value examples because small differences between grades may significantly affect market value. Proper storage is equally important. Coins should ideally be kept in inert holders, archival quality flips, or professionally encapsulated slabs that minimize environmental exposure and physical contact. Acquiring coins from established dealers, reputable auctions, and recognized numismatic communities can reduce risk and improve the likelihood of obtaining accurately described specimens. Patience also benefits collectors because superior examples may appear only occasionally, and often justify waiting for quality, rather than purchasing lower-grade alternatives immediately. The 1996 P. Washington Quarter ultimately represents an appealing combination of history, artistry, and modern collecting potential. Although it does not belong among the legendary rarities of American coinage, its significance emerges through its place within the broader Washington Quarter lineage, and its role during an important transitional era in United States coin production. Collectors appreciate its classic design, its connection to decades of circulating coin history, and the challenge associated with obtaining exceptional examples in top preservation states. The coin appeals to beginners because of its accessibility and affordability, while advanced collectors value its competitive high-grade market and the search for rare varieties or errors. As interest in modern certified coinage continues to grow, the 1996 P Quarter remains a noteworthy issue whose historical importance and collector demand may support steady long-term appreciation, making it a rewarding pursuit for enthusiasts seeking both enjoyment and lasting numismatic value. Next up in the 1996 P Kennedy half dollar occupies an interesting and often misunderstood place within modern United States numismatics. While it is not generally considered one of the rarest or most inherently valuable half dollars ever produced, exceptional examples of the coin in superior preservation grades have attracted significant attention among collectors of modern American coinage. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark, the coin forms part of the long-running Kennedy half-dollar series that began in 1964 following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The fascination surrounding the 1996 P issue comes not from extremely low production figures or precious metal content, but from the challenge of locating flawless specimens with exceptional strike quality and pristine surfaces. In the modern coin market, collectors increasingly seek registry quality examples, and the 1996 P has gained attention among specialists because top-condition examples become progressively more difficult to locate. Demand remains strongest among dedicated Kennedy series collectors, grading registry competitors, and investors interested in high-grade modern coinage. The historical context of the 1996 P Kennedy half dollar is deeply connected to the broader story of the Kennedy series and its symbolic role in American history. The Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in early 1964 as a national tribute to President John F. Kennedy shortly after his assassination in November 1963. By 1996, the series had already been in production for more than 3 decades and had evolved through several composition changes and collecting phases. Unlike the early silver issues from the 1960s, the 1996 P was struck in copper-nickel-clad composition and circulated during a period when half dollars saw very limited everyday use in commerce. Most Americans rarely encountered half dollars in circulation by the mid-1990s, which resulted in many examples being saved directly by collectors or stored in mint sets. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historically significant minting facilities in the United States. Although the 1996 issue did not commemorate a specific event, it represented the continuation of one of America's most recognizable memorial coin series and preserved the legacy of a president whose image remained culturally powerful decades after his death. The visual characteristics of the 1996 P Kennedy half dollar continue the classic design elements established for the series. The obverse displays a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy created by sculptor and engraver Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's profile exhibits strong detail in the hair and facial structure, while the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1996 surround the portrait. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, presents a modified version of the presidential seal featuring a heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing military readiness and peace. Surrounding the eagle are 50 stars representing the states of the Union. The coin measures approximately 30.6 millimeters in diameter and weighs around 11.34 grams. Its copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper nickel creates the familiar silver-colored appearance despite containing no actual silver. In high-grade specimens, the sharpness of the strike becomes especially important. Collectors seek examples displaying crisp hair detail above Kennedy's ear, well-defined eagle feathers, and minimal contact marks, since these features distinguish ordinary examples from elite collector-quality pieces. Rarity for the 1996 P. Kennedy half-dollar exists in a very specific sense and differs substantially from classic rare coin definitions. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 40 million examples, making the issue common in terms of total mintage. However, modern numismatics increasingly recognizes condition rarity rather than simple numerical scarcity. Most surviving examples show handling marks, weak strikes, bag abrasions, or circulation where that diminish their desirability among advanced collectors. Coins grading in circulated condition remain plentiful and inexpensive, but examples certified at the highest levels, such as MS-67 or MS-68 by major grading organizations, become considerably scarcer. Certain strike characteristics, especially strong details and attractive luster, also influence desirability. While major error varieties associated with the 1996 P issue are relatively uncommon, some collectors actively pursue off-center strikes, doubled die examples, clip planchets, and other minting anomalies when authenticated. Such errors can significantly increase value because they create a unique numismatic identity beyond the standard issue. The market value of the 1996 P. Kennedy half-dollar varies dramatically according to condition and collector demand. Circulated examples generally carry only face value or modest premiums of around $1 to $3 because of their abundance and lack of precious metal content. Uncirculated examples from mint sets often trade in the approximate range of $3 to $15, depending on eye appeal and preservation quality. Certified coins in grades such as MS-65 or MS-66 commonly sell between approximately $20 and $75, while examples reaching MS-67 can command several $100s. Exceptional MS-68 specimens have demonstrated considerably stronger prices in specialized auctions and registry competition environments, occasionally reaching values in the range of several $1,000s when population reports show limited availability. Rare authenticated mint errors may also attract substantial premiums, depending on their severity and visual appeal. Market appreciation for high-grade modern coins has strengthened in recent years as collectors increasingly pursue complete registry sets and compete for the finest known examples. Collectors interested in obtaining a quality 1996 P. Kennedy half-dollar should pay careful attention to preservation standards and authentication practices. Strong luster, minimal contact marks, sharp design details, and appealing overall eye appeal are important characteristics when selecting examples. Coins removed from original mint sets often provide excellent starting points because they frequently avoided circulation wear. Professional certification through recognized grading services such as Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company can provide reassurance regarding authenticity and grade accuracy. Proper storage is equally important because modern clad coins can develop unattractive tunning or environmental damage if exposed to humidity or contaminants. Holders such as inert plastic capsules or archival quality coin flips help preserve condition. Buyers should seek established coin dealers, reputable auction houses, and respected numismatic communities where detailed photographs and certification information are available before making purchases. The 1996 P. Kennedy half-dollar demonstrates that numismatic importance does not always depend upon low mintage or precious metal composition. Its appeal lies in the combination of historical continuity, elegant design, and the challenge associated with finding superior examples among a large population of ordinary pieces. For new collectors, the coin provides an accessible entry into modern United States coin collecting, while advanced specialists appreciate the difficulty of assembling high-grade registry-level collections. The coin's connection to President Kennedy and its place within one of America's most enduring coin series further enhance its appeal. Although most examples remain modestly priced, exceptional specimens and authenticated varieties continue to demonstrate that modern coinage can achieve impressive values under the right circumstances. As collector interest in condition rarity grows, the 1996 P. Kennedy half-dollar is likely to maintain its position as an intriguing and increasingly appreciated issue within contemporary American numismatics.